How's it going, everyone? It feels like it's been a long time since we recorded one of these. I know it's been an absolutely awful year for every single one of us, and now currently I'm locked up back indoors, and we're going to run through everything that I've basically missed over this season. And if you're new to the channel and you like fishing related content, filming, anything like that, then please consider hitting that subscribe button and giving it a thumbs up. It doesn't take very long and it means a lot to the channel, so thank you very much, and let's get into it. Like I said, it's been a funny old year, hasn't it, for every one of us. And not just on the fishing related front, we all missed our spring, didn't we? And then through the year, I've had a few hiccups, and I'm sure everyone else has, but we've got through that. And currently now, I'm halfway through my 2 weeks self-isolation because I decided to go on holiday when the government advice said it was okay to. And since we were out there, literally 2 days into the holiday, they decided to say that we needed to be back in the country, otherwise we've got to self-isolate for 2 weeks, and the price of the flights just went rocketing up. So I decided to have a bit of relaxation, a bit of time out, and I decided to try and not do any fishing whatsoever, or talk fishing, do anything like that whilst I was on holiday. That didn't quite go to plan because I ended up doing a bit of trolling off the back of a boat trip that we was on. I didn't catch anything, mind you, but I did leave my scope snide at home, which, to be honest, I wish I'd have taken it now, but I don't think it would have improved any catch rates whatsoever because the fishing over there is just awful, to be honest. And now let's get back to the reason that you've clicked on this video. This is a fishing related channel. Let's get to it. If you followed my Instagram or my YouTube channel now for quite a few years, you'll realise that my edits are put together over a vast amount of time where I'm spending a lot of time on a particular water, and I try to collect as much footage as possible so that I can make a decent film about the venue. And this year has been quite like that, and there is a big one coming very soon. So like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it is going to be a banger. There's also been a couple of others in the pipeline which this right now has sort of put a slight halt on it, but we will get back to that very shortly as soon as I can get back out. Let's rewind now all the way back to when we were first allowed out. And there's this lake that I've been familiar with for quite some time now, and I've been there a few times, and the fish are very wary. They've obviously been fished for quite heavily in the past, and they are quite scarce of taking anything off the surface, slow sinking, anything like that. So when we were first allowed out, it was quite hot weather, wasn't it? So we decided to go stalking around there, and there's one half decent fish that I've seen in there over the years. And on that particular day, the sun was out, it was looking really good, and I was lucky enough to catch this old wild one, which I was keeping back for another video, but I've scrapped that now. So here it is. It's a nice old wild carp. But today it's been an absolute mission. It's the first time we're allowed back out. We've got some really nice weather as well. And this is our third location of the day, and the fish just haven't been having it off the surface. But it's about 4 or 5 o'clock now. Last pickings, and got the biggest fish that I've seen out of this lake. So that's brilliant. First one off the surface issue. I'm really buzzed with this one. I've been here 3 times in the past, and they're always really cagey. But we got one, and it's the biggest fish that I've ever seen in the lake. That is a plus point. Like I said to you, I think this fish could possibly be the best in the lake. I've been down here 3 times in the past. I've always just seen little small commons, and this one is way bigger than anything else I've seen. Look how wild it is. This is an old club water years and years ago, and it's just been left to its own devices. Yes. Alright, here we go, the other side. Beautiful. Horrible light today, it's just shining through the trees, but I wonder how old this fish is. Proper wild, but buzz with that, but let's get her back. The banks are savage, Who remembers that series that I was making after lockdown that we came out? It was called Time's Up. I'd done part 1, part 2, and to be honest, they were really good edits for what I can produce anyway, that I thought. And I was on there for one reason, wasn't I? And that was to catch that big common that I caught in the first one, and there was a mirror in there that I really wanted to get. And I was on limited time. The place was, and I was on limited time. The lease was up on the lake, and I was fishing it quite hard for a couple of weeks. And I never showed part 3 because there was nothing to show. But since I've been here, I've been looking over some old footage, and I've realised there's some really nice clips and some nice shots in this. It didn't have the ending that I was hoping for, but if we always catch what we're after, it would be no fun, would it? So check out this little bit. Well, I've just parked the bus down there in my preferred swim on the lake, and for some reason at the moment I can't seem to get my left hand rod into play when I'm in that swim. So I'm thinking of moving halfway up the lake, and I could still fish that spot from here on my left hand rod. That hopefully that'll give me some extra options to try and get both rods into play. Right, let me just talk you through what I'm going to do bait wise on this session. I'm not going to change up too much. I'm still going to be sticking with the Scopex squid because that's been doing the bites for me on the previous sessions. The only thing that I'm going to do different in applying the bait, instead of going around there and just crumbling a few boilies up and putting them on the spot, I'm going to put together quite a mix and go around there and put quite a few scoops of chops, a few whole boilies, bit of sweet corn, things like that, because the weather's looking prime and I'm feeling like if one of these big fish are going to come out, it's going to be on a lot of bait. Let me run you through what I'm using. This has become a firm favourite of mine since I've become a consultant for Nash, the Scopex squid spod syrup, and because it is so sticky and really attractive. So when I'm mixing this up with the crumb, it really is quite attractive. You watch it when you spoon it into the margins, the cloud that comes off it looks really appealing. Oh, I can't believe what's just happened. The rod is just arced round. Obviously I'm fishing locked up, picked up into the rod. And from the moment go, I knew that was a good fish as well. And had it on for like 5 minutes, just staying really deep. Grating on something the whole time as well. And just by the feel of the head shake that he was giving me, I think that was it. I think that was the mirror I've been after. I'll tell you what, that was a little bit of a wound that I can still remember that was a decent fish. But onwards and upwards, on to the next venues. And this is what we do as anglers, don't we? We go again. But let's talk now about another venue that I've been lucky enough to stumble across over the last couple of years. I was joined now by another mate, which is Alan, and we knew that there was carp in this lake, but not to the stamp of the fish that we caught. I say they weren't massive fish on anyone's standards, but it's always fun, isn't it, when you've got light stalking gear, you're roaming around and then you come across a little place that's just full of hard fighting wild carp that haven't really been caught in the past. This lake that's behind me, this is a new water to me. A friend of mine told me about it, so I popped down here yesterday with a mate and we checked it out, and there was quite a few carp that we saw on our first trip around. So we run back to the vans, got our sawn offs, and to be honest, they were quite wary of being fished for on the surface or slow sinking bread. So we decided to change up a few tactics. We baited up a few spots in the margins so that we could return the next day, and we are here now. I've dropped the rods onto the spots and now I'm just sitting back and waiting, so fingers crossed that I leave here with something. Well, this is the second time we've been back down this lake, and after my mate had one the other day, they've been very, very wary, not being able to get a bite. We persisted, and literally just as the light's going, managed to nick one. Right, let's get her in the net, hopefully, and I'll show you. The shame about the netting. Shame about the net situation. Man, this fish is fucking giving something.
Like, you got to come closer. I can't get it. His tail hit the spreader block.
What spreader block?
I know spreader block, the fucking yard. Keep walking back. Keep walking back.
Right, he doesn't like that.
Just gotta keep walking back.
He's going back. Man, they're powerful fish. They're solid, aren't they? What do you reckon they feed? Nice little treat. Like I said, they're really, really difficult to catch. They're very, very wary, and this one I just fell into place. at the right moment, that my bit of bread, and he sucked it in, so I've been quite lucky tonight. So yeah, it's not a bad one. Right, let's get back. Yes. Right, let's get out of here. There's this little club water which not many people know about, and there's this big colourful carp that resides in there, and this came to my attention a couple of years ago, and it is the only fish, big fish, that is in this lake, and I have been lucky enough to catch it, and I will let you know a little bit more about this fish in the next video, so stay tuned for that one, because it's a bit of a beast. And as you're all aware, fishing this year has been on limited time, hasn't it? We all missed our spring, and I also had my summer cut short because I had my gear stolen. We're going to a little bit more about that on the big edit that's coming very shortly, but I had to rebuild. Had a lot of gear given to me, had a lot of things that I had to purchase obviously myself to get back out on the bank and start making content again. But that's obviously put a big dent in the content that I'm producing and putting out for you guys. But we're back up, we're running, and like I said, I've got some really exciting stuff and I can't wait to share it with you. And oh yeah, if you haven't noticed already, things are changing behind me. New backdrop that I've been working on, and now I've got a little bit of time. Now I'm stuck indoors. I've ordered a lot of stuff, and there's going to be a whole new video on what I'm actually going to create behind. This is just temporary at the moment, but looks half reasonable, and it'll do for this video. So guys, thank you very much for watching as usual. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button for me, because I've really worked hard on some content which is coming your way very soon. Much love everyone. See you in the next one.